But see, I didn't want people spending money on passports and shots and various things until you're approved to go. In 1 week's time, everybody's application and reference forms will be in. At that time, we'll take people's information and I'll go to the student leadership and we'll approve everybody we can approve to go on the trip. So count on knowing if you're in or not in a little bit over a week. As soon as you know you're in, it's no more, I'll get like we have done with applications and reference letters. When you've applied, you're in, and we've given you the word you're in from that point. From that point on, no messing around. And Heather will tell you in a second here a little bit why it's important, but our very next things we do, once we tell you you're in, is you'll make sure I have a picture of you so that I can give you prayer cards with your picture on them so that you can get your support letter done and get your support letter with your prayer card out to folks. This happens right away. This doesn't happen 3 weeks after you're approved to go. Okay? And then you real quickly start working on your passport. So what's new on the passport world?
Okay, so in the passport world, the State Department recently has released a statement. About 10 years ago was when they started requiring passports for a lot more travel than what Americans used to have passports for. And so a bunch of people got passports so they could go to Canada and Mexico and all the places we used to just go across with our driver's license. All of those passports are expiring this year, which means there's going to be a big glut of people who want to get their passports renewed. So passports are going to be backed up. They're recommending that if you want to travel in the next 6 months, you apply now because the wait times are longer and you don't want to be stuck without your passport. So I would highly recommend when you know, yeah, I'm going, start the process so that you don't have the stress of, is it going to make it, is it not going to make it? Because, yeah, that's not fun.
When I looked a few weeks ago, they were still saying officially that they're 3 weeks to get you a passport. But like Heather says, that's going to change quickly. Also, I have to get the folks that we're traveling with your passport number 60 days before we go. That means you've got to have your passport done by the middle of April, not in June. I got to get them the passport numbers because they are buying our tickets from Lima to the Porcupine City.
We'll call it that.
Yeah, that one. So you don't have until we leave to get your passport done. I gotta have that by April. What other questions you got for Heather?
Yeah.
How just like friendly and open are the people? Are they like reserved towards strangers or?
Are we talking about Peruvian people or are we talking about people that are going to be in the village you're going to?
Both.
Okay, all the time.
All.
All right. People in general will be very friendly to you. If you're going to the mountains, they'd be more reserved. The people in Pucallpa are generally very friendly. The village that you're going to, I'm sure they know that there's a bunch of people coming. This will have been coordinated way in advance for you guys to go there. So I would expect that the younger people that are your age are probably going to be really open and friendly. Some of the grandmothers, the older people, especially those who don't speak as much Spanish, will be more reserved. But a smile goes a long way. Yeah, you don't have to walk around like this though. That's just. Okay, sorry.
Are there any like gestures that are not acceptable, rude? Have you already flipped the bird other places?
Okay. Yeah. So if you flip the bird there, a bunch of them will know what that means because they watched American movies. So don't think they don't know what that means. Besides that, Gary will probably break your finger off. I'm sorry, Tash will actually break your finger off. No. I'm trying to think if there's any, like going like this to somebody. It shows anger, like like this, like this thing, you know, that shows anger.
Would that be?
High five is okay.
So as long as you're not this way, you're this way.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, if you high five, that's okay. They'll say chócame, hit me. This is okay too. But going like this to somebody, like, hey, what are you doing? That's what you see when you're driving when someone cuts you off. They're like. So don't to somebody because you're gonna be like, why are you mad at me? Yeah.
Is there anything else that would like accidentally injure like if you're talking to someone, like if you like some people like if you don't look at them as you're talking to them, they find it really offensive. is that what they feel like, just like nonverbal cues, kind of when you're talking to someone?
So you want to know, can you look people, should you be looking people in the face, or would
Yeah,
you?
because some people like that makes them uncomfortable, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Is that like a culture thing?
Okay, yeah, so improving culture, eye contact is fine. They're used to that, that's what they do. Tribal culture, and this is kind of in general, they are not as direct with their eye contact. That they might be looking at you, but not necessarily looking right at your eyes. You'll kind of have to, and I'm not as good at Shipibo culture as I've had friends who are Shipibos, but I haven't lived in a Shipibo village. I've lived in other villages. So I can't be like, oh, this is exactly how it's going to be in your village. But you're okay looking at people's faces. Yeah. Oh, I also need to tell you guys, personal space is different to a Peruvian than it is to an American. How big is an American bubble? I don't even know anymore because I've been in Peru so long. Like, when do you start getting uncomfortable? How close?
out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's way closer in Peru. Their personal, the space bubble is just much closer in Peruvian culture.
Okay, I just got a question.
Yeah, I waited patiently. So I was just more curious on, you keep mentioning the Shipibo, is that how you say it?
Shipibo.
Shipibo village is where you're actually spending most of your time, right? I just looked in there Monday through Thursday. So who are the people that will, what are the names of the missionaries for that section? Like how much is that?
When we're upriver,
Yeah, and how far away is it from, it says you're going to Lima from Papa and then upriver. I'm just curious of the time frame and who's in charge of that section of it.
we're traveling with a group that is Life Tree Missions.
Like tree?
Life Tree Missions. Life Tree, is it Missions or Life Tree Adventures? I think it's Life Tree Missions. I can send you their website. Also, we are friends with them on our Northwest Christian Teen site. You can see their Facebook and probably get to their website and stuff from there. It's they're listed in a Group Missions International. If you go to groupmissionsinternational.com, then, and you look at their destinations, you'll actually see the destination we're going to in Peru. And I have not gotten feedback on, other than reviews read online. I don't know a person personally that says these guys are great.
So how far away is it from Lima?
Well, I have to look at the schedule again. I think it's about 3 hours upriver. Would upriver be going south in Peru? Because we're going south
Yes.
from yours town.
Yes, because the
So about 3 hours
flows
upriver.
north to Iquitos, towards Iquitos and the Amazon.
So do they knowing safety things might be different? Is it like you just have to know how to swim, or are there life jackets if there's some kind of issue with the belt?
I don't know, but I can ask.
Here they're very particular, you have to have a life jacket.
Well, according to Peruvian law, you're supposed to have life jackets for everybody, but depending on if the Navy is out checking everybody, you may or may not. Like in the port in Yanina Coach on the little boats, they have life jackets sitting there because they know that the Navy can be out anytime checking them. I can't say about this.
So I'll ask and get back. And if there's any questions after this, if anybody emails me a question, once we start getting answers, and once we just, then I'll email them to everybody. But a lot of that is once the team is selected next week of who's going, they're the ones that'll be researching this and getting the answers. That's why some of this I don't have up front.
Are these kids going with another group? Was this the sole group?
We would, normally the boat holds about 40 people, and we would be paired up with another group.
How many groups are going?
Right now, it's us.
Okay.
There's no other group signed up to go for this time slot. They go up there about 4 times in the summer. And for this time slot, right now, we are the only ones on the boat.
Oh, what's the water quality like? Should we bring water shoes if we're going to go swimming?
Yes, You should. Upa Valley River is a silt bottomed river. And, I should tell you this. Sometimes there can be stingrays in the river, so when you walk, you should, don't walk like this. Walk like this, like slide your foot and kick it up, because you don't want to step on a stingray. And the villagers will know, at the village they'll know, if the people there will know if there's stingrays around that area or not. It really depends on where you're at.
One team will be assigned to be in charge of the packing list, so as questions on our team, so as questions come in, one team will be making up our packing list. One team will be, or a team will be putting together a promotional DVD that the different churches that we all come from can show and promote. Very much encourage you in this valley, everybody that's going, their church should be behind them, financially and in prayer. If your church isn't behind you financially in prayer, they might know something we don't know about you. And hopefully we know that, because one of your references should have came from a church leader. So we'll come up with a promotional DVD, and one team will do that once we decide who our team is and what everybody's specialty is. So you should be then quickly promoting it to your church, so your church knows what you're involved with. And the many other tasks that it takes to do a trip like this, everybody will have jobs to do. This isn't a trip. If you haven't traveled with us before, it's not a trip where you just sign up, somebody tells you what to bring and does everything for you. Everybody's got a job.
It's 10 till, just more.
Do you kids have any more questions?
What about the power, like electricity? What are they?
Oh, 220 electric. Electricity is 220. You may have straight slots or round holes for the plugins. If you have any, I don't know what the rules are about smartphones or tablets or anything like that. Most of them are dual voltage. Girls, your hair dryers. First of all, in the village you can't use them. And most of them you have to check in, any hair dryers or anything like that. You need to see if it's dual voltage or not, because otherwise you blow it up.
So should we should bring our like converters or no?
Well, it depends on what thing you're bringing.
Okay.
Like most, like computers, tablets, and smartphone. Well, I don't have a smartphone.
Yeah, smartphones are
Are dual
220 or
voltage.
110.
Yeah, and so are laptops, and so are tablets. I don't know.
Once we find out what's available on the boat, we'll bring the right stuff. We have a selection of adapters already from past trips.
And it's very, very probable that you won't have internet access in the village. Yeah. Parents, just so you know, they won't be able to email you all the time.
All right, teens, if you don't have any more questions, I'll let you guys depart. Head for the cafeteria and grab a little snack before you go to music. Parents, stay behind just for 1 minute to make sure you don't have any other questions.
Thank you.
One step. Oh, don't worry about it. I don't make it clear that I'm trying to get better in the future. I just need the application you need to and the references. You don't have to do anything else until we get this and say that, he's a perfect guy. And then we'll head down the road and all the other stuff. Like motorized thing, but it's a very nice thing. Now, maybe email me a picture he wants me to get. So just give me 2 more references this week.
If they offer, I'm gonna go for it. I figure they can use me as a emergency
I will let you know as soon as I get it, so if you don't hear from me, I didn't get
Do you or don't?
Yeah, I want that. Yes, you did.
Another day?
We got the log.
Good. You need me, buddy.
I got some bags locked up around the house. Thank you.
This is the
And he
first
got a
time.
bunch of water.
Okay,
Work it out for him, healing.
yeah, he said, if you can come, you
Our dates are 17 for that next Monday, 26. So it's really, 17, I think.
She said that one area is cartel, but it's right in their area. I
When we first started,
like guy and a girl on
now they're saying,
and they're right next to
the government is saying about 3 weeks, but like I said, they're not yet, it's still going to get investigated. They gotta move on. Most people, I think, everybody who's around here should really. Yes. David's still traveling. Man, just like you went. They do go.
your girl said from like your
We fell into this like a school. At least that's what it was 2 years ago.
I have no idea who these missionaries
I heard. Congratulations. Judy left.
No, that's what I did. That's what I did. All those
But then again, I told her, Heidi, I said, make it after July 4th. If you're gonna have a course, you should make it to days last summer and have it going.
Right now, there's just, there's not.
Yeah. But then last year,
Yeah, he went as a chaperone.
way down.
Somebody I know.
So the guy already came home from the outage, had to go immediately and get okay. And then had to immediately start getting ready for hiking.
You know what I'm thinking? We're in the Super Bowl.
We had 4 people in Calgary last summer, and we were all working at night. She was right on the Pinterest. Put about 3 little logs in some of these states. Yeah, it's about this big log, this log piece. Because it was just a grandma's, it was just, that she had to stay, kind of, put tall, so really, we're basically everything for Then she has some signs, so if you want to borrow some, she's got some signs that say, she painted up, we still have our house, happiness begins here. So our sign, people sit anywhere, you don't choose a side, or something.
638.
Yeah, it's a good deal, it's the weddings now. I think they're. Be
Still in there. At least you got the
guys doing? You got, no, man, I should hit end on this.